Hey YouTube, so quick video on how to remove the ATTS unit on your Type SH Honda Prelude. This works any model, 97 to 01, so let's just jump right into it. Always use jack stands, don't just use your jack for this stuff, guys. Obviously, get your wheel off first, then your axle nut. After you've got the axle nut off, you're gonna remove your outer tie rod, damper fork. Before you remove it fully, make sure you get your bottom ball joints, these guys, knocked loose. Okay, you have your axle free now. Damper fork out of the way. You can kind of leave it hanging on this guy. Mine's loose, but you can leave it hanging. Have it off the lower ball joint. Now we're gonna get back there and get the axle out of the ATTS unit. So you really don't have much room to work with here, but you can see I've done this before. Here are my marks. See the axle right there. I usually shove a pry bar in between here and there, which is the frame. And usually just get the inside of the axle right here. Sorry, bad angle. And then usually just smack it out, which it's already out for me. But I usually go from here to do it. Hopefully you guys have best of luck with that. Otherwise, I'm really not sure a better way to do it, to be honest with you. So you got your axle out now. Next, you want to get your downpipe. It's going to be 3 bolts right up there. Just 3 bolts up to your header. 3 bolts back there to your catalytic converter. Do not forget that you do have an O2 sensor you have to unhook. You don't have to take it out. You can unhook it. The pigtail is right there. And then you can just drop this whole thing, drag it out. And after that, you don't have to, I'm going to. And honestly, I don't even think you have to go that far. But personally, I'm taking this off. I have to weld something on it. And this can come out as well. I don't think it actually has to because technically it's under the trans. So, except right here, this is your ATTS unit, so it is under there. I have to get to the oil pressure sending unit and the knock sensor, so I want all of this out of my way so I can work up there. But take your cross brace out and your downpipe. Okay, now that you have your downpipe off and your cross brace, which by the way, I did not mention this, your cross brace mounts here up front, 3 bolts, and all the way back here, 2 bolts. Right behind the ATTS. Oh crap, am I upside down now? Probably. All right, let me turn you guys around here. Okay, so we have our okay, I didn't do anything. ATTS exposed right here. All of this. So let me get to the back side and explain what we got to do now. So up there's a clear opening. You can literally see the bolt head. This is kind of stressful for some people maybe. That has to come out. It is a bracket from the top of the ATTS to the bottom of your intake manifold. It is a 12mm, and it takes like a couple of flipping extensions to get down to where you're working at. But you can reach up there, knock it out, bring the bolt down, and then when you put it back up, same thing, you just rest it in your socket, put it up there, start it by hand because you will strip that thing right out if you don't. Or just don't put it back in. I'm gonna put it back in because I just do. So that is your first one to take out, because if you can't get that out, it's not even worth trying the other ones. And then secondly, unhook the ATTS. Mine's just hanging down here because I have been in here plenty of times. So I knew I was gonna be back. But there's usually a bracket, which I think is up here, or maybe I took it off. Usually this sits on a bracket, right? You can see right up here. There's your clip for the bracket. That one right there where my middle finger is. You have to take this off the bracket in order to take it off or to separate the 2 harnesses. It is an interlocking bracket, so you can't undo this without undoing that first. So once you do that, unplug it. And then lastly, get all your bolts out. This is probably what stresses everybody else out even more. If you want, you can try to unhook that bracket from there, but good luck. So you need to take this guy out, which you can get out with a socket and a ratchet and a socket with ease. Same with this guy. Then you got these two over here, which are really easily, because you can just, you know, come right here, that one, and right here. Once you get those out, this thing should just slide right down onto your jack, and I'll get to that after. Now you've got all your bolts out. Oh, sorry. Two I mentioned, one right there, one down here. These are 14s. All of them are 14s except this one up here, which I don't think you can see. The one above here is a 15, but they're all out now. You can't see because I don't got a flashlight on. But I'm missing one step that I have to tell you guys. Let me get up to the top now. So on top, these two hoses have to come off right here. These are your ATTS cooler lines. They run down and under the wiring harness here, all the way back to there. So right there, I actually usually just unhook them and get enough pulled back to get the thing on the ground, and then I unhook them from the unit, because fishing these back up is a pain in the rear. So in dropping it, it really won't drop further than right down there. So you can easily just pull them back up. But that's my tactic for doing it, because I really just fishing those back up with all of this in the way is a super big pain in the butt. The last time I did this, I had the head pulled, so a lot of this was out of the way, but we aren't doing it that way. So and then there's a vacuum line that goes to it, and it's really just an overflow line for the ATF, and that's right here. But once you drop it, that should just pull down with it. It's not a big deal. You can literally just unhook it from up here, and then yeah, that's connected to your ATTS. That'll just drop down with it. All right, let's pull this thing out. Highly recommend getting a jack and getting a drip pan underneath right there. It starts to drip. As you can see, sorry, hang on. I can like dang near just pull this thing out. So, I mean, it's literally just gonna slide right out, but it's gonna be a bloody mess. So get yourself set up. It is pretty heavy. I mean, you can muscle it and just lay under it and get soaked in fluid, but that's up to you. I'm just gonna chicken out and use a jack. It probably weighs 60 pounds maybe. All right, here we go. Okay, so we have it dropped. You saw some fluid came out. Now, like I said, those hoses I had to pull on a little bit, and they were sucked back pretty good up top. But you can also take this bracket off if you want, because it hangs up pretty high. So it's really kind of a pain in the butt. There's your breather tube. You can honestly let that dangle. Take it off. This is a problem area to get to those freaking lines, which are, is that it? Am I looking at them? I'm looking at the lines, but am I looking at the connections? I am. I'm going to replace those with bolt-ons, because I know I'll probably be back here again in the next 20 years. So, but right now I'm going to take those off and just let them dangle as well. Here's a better view on those hoses right there. Gosh, I hate those freaking hose clamps. I really do. They're great, but at the same time, they're not. And here is the location of how much pull I got pulled down. So they actually come back. Let's see if you can see. You can actually see right there. There they are. Kind of going to be a pain in the butt to pull back through, but better than fishing it back through the motor mount back there. You gotta like fish it through, so this is much easier. Alrighty, with only all of the mess, because apparently just wanted to go everywhere, you now have access to the back of your engine. I have to do some work back here, so this will be down off the road for a while. All you base model guys, you guys freaking suck. Why do I have to have this? All right, well, hopefully this helped you guys. Thanks for watching.